Hi and welcome to another part of the Git tutorial, and in this part we're going to download and install VS Code. So here you can click on the download and you will be able to see that there are different versions of VS Code you can download based on your own operating system. Here, because I'm on Debian 11, I can choose .deb, but because I have installed VS Code, I'm not gonna use the installation guides again. So I'm gonna head over directly to the VS Code. I'm going to open it up, and as you can see, I've got my project opened up right over here. By the way, if you haven't your project got opened up, you can just click on File and Open Folder, and then choose your own project folder and click on Open, and then you'll have your project opened up. So right now I'm going to teach you about some of the extensions on VS Code. So by just entering Git from here, you can find some of the most useful Git extensions that you can use in order to have graphical analysis on your code, and also be able to find different versions of your code and gain access to those without even using the terminal. So if you're sick and tired of the terminal, or if you're not one of the fans of using terminal, you can easily get benefit from each one of these extensions. So one of which is Git history. You can download and install it. So if you click on this, you need to click on install, or if you cannot install it from right over here directly, you will be able to see that there is this pop-up right over here on the bottom right, and then you will click on downloading the VSIX file, and then you can install from VSIX from right over here. So here I've just, because I have installed it directly, I don't have the VSIX file. You can either search on the Google, or you can use the pop-up message right here in order to install it. So we also have the Git graph, which you can benefit from, and this is very important tool because here you can see the different graphs of the branches. Also, what you can see is the different branches and different files and the different commits to the files. And this is why it is very important to use this extension as well. I really recommend using Git graph above all other tools. We've also got the Git lens, which is one of the Git Kraken tools, if you've ever heard of it. This is one of the, as you can see, we've got Git Kraken name right over here. And for this, you need to sign in, and also there is this 7-day trial. I don't really recommend using this one because you may need to pay. And there are a bunch of other tools that you can benefit from. So the main one that I found it useful is this Git graph. And once you install it and head over to your Explorer code file, you will be able to see that there's this icon of Git appearing right over here, which you can use in order to see the different versions of your code files. As you can see, we can get back to where we were, the first stages of our code, and you can go back and forth between the different versions and see what has happened. So right here, if you want to get back to the final version of your project, you can click on that icon. So here you can also see the heat map. So you can see the changes from based on how previously it has been. So the hotter the color, the more recent it has been. And then you can deactivate it by clicking on the icon another time. You can also see the file changes as well. So you can see that this one has been changed by me, and it's written new in 1 hour ago. So if any other people has changed it, you'll be able to see the username of the person and the time that has been added to the change has been added to the line. So here we can keep track of all of the changes without even ever using the terminal. Okay, anyway, let's get into our, okay, you can also check the changes for the CSS file. Here I can use this tool. As you can see, the only change that we've made is that we had this color of the h1 tag which was green and we couldn't see the heading, and then we changed it to blue so that we can see the change right over here. So that's it. Notice that if you want to run any of your files, whether it's HTML, JavaScript, or CSS, you can use the live server in order to run it on your own. You can install it from the extensions because it's not pre-installed. You can search live server, and the main reason we use this is in order to be able to not ever need to refresh the pages of your browser. So whenever you click Control S, you will be able to see the change simultaneously, and that is why it is important. So here I can click on index.html, and then by right clicking and running open with live server, you will be able to see that you've got this browser opened up and you can see your file. So let me click on this and bring it right over here. Also double click on here and you will be able to see that it changes to like this. So any change you make right over here and press Control S, you will be able to see the changes simultaneously. So for example, here I add 2 dashes right over here and Control S. You will be able to see that we have 2 dashes right over here simultaneously without ever needing to refresh the page. So that's it for this part of the tutorial, and you've learned about some of the useful extensions of Git instead of the VS Code. You've also seen how we can work with it. So that's generally it for this part of the tutorial, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And till the next one, goodbye.